But I'm very happy you were able to log in. And
You bet.
so we're going to go ahead and get
Re-
started.
Ready, go.
Okay, great. So listen, I want to thank once again everybody for coming in this webinar. We have still more people who are trying to log in as we speak. And I just want to mention, you know, by the end of this webinar, what we're looking to do here is you will have learned several very successful ways to dramatically increase your practice revenue and how to do it fast. So that's really, by the end of this webinar, that's the particular result that I would like to see everybody get. Once again, so before this webinar ends, you'll have learned several very successful ways to dramatically increase your practice revenue and how to do it fast. Now, for those who stay on for the entire webinar, we have a very special thing for you. Kevin Harrington has developed something called the Perfect Pitch Training System. And if you stay on for the entire webinar, you will get access to that perfect pitch training at no cost. So just stay through the entire talk and you'll qualify for this. Now, I want to give you a little background on who I am. My name is, of course, Bob Safale, and my company is Celebrity Network, and we work and are connected with well over 5,000 celebrities in the sports, music, TV, and film space. We've done over 5,000 celebrity endorsement campaigns, and literally delivered and generated over 500 million prospect interactions with our clients. And we've touched with our promotions over 1 billion people with our client offers. So that gives you just a little bit of information about who we are. I do have two very, very special guests. We have the founder of one of the fastest growing medical integration firms in the United States. That's, of course, Mike Carberry. He's literally on a mission to change the face of the medical field. We also have Kevin Harrington, one of the original sharks on the hit TV show Shark Tank. Kevin has launched over 500 products and companies and generated over $6 billion in sales. He, by the way, invented the infomercial. So does that sound like two people who know what the heck they're doing? I bet it is. Would you like to have Kevin help boom your business? I bet you probably do. So I want to talk about basically exactly what we're attempting to do with Mike. And Mike, if you're listening in, I'd like to talk about what we're doing. And so let's go ahead and get started. Mike, I've got you just to put you online here. I just wanted to ask you what, when you started AMI, what was your vision? What were you looking to do, for your AMI clients, if you may?
Okay, thanks, Bob, and good to hear from you and Kevin. Good, nice to hear you.
Hey,
So
you
let me
too.
just, yeah. So AMI was started as a result of Colleen and I creating clinics. Now, most of you know the story. Colleen's a physical therapist. I'm a chiropractor. I got injured. I didn't start off my career as a chiropractor. I'm a business person. I have a marketing degree. I worked for Dun & Bradstreet years and years ago in another life, and I got injured at 25 years old. I was temporarily paralyzed, and that injury led me to seek out a treatment remedy, which ended up putting me, after taking drugs, it just made me into a zombie. I broke from that, and I ended up going to a chiropractor and changed my life. So I had a very, very large, successful chiropractic practice when I graduated school in 1991. I started it from scratch in 92. And about 1995, 96, I was doing about 700 visits a week in that practice. And being married to a physical therapist, I was looking at, what else can I do for these patients? I've helped them tremendously, but I felt like some of them could get more, that they were missing an ingredient. So we added the idea of physical therapy with the medical practice. Medical doctors at that time, there was no nurse practitioners we could use, but medical doctors. And we expanded the practice. And it was a great idea, and it helped people get well, a lot of people. And people were telling us it was the best experience they ever had. So for doing that for a couple of decades, we were finally asked to start a consulting company to teach our model. Um, it's kind of funny, when we first started it, we used to let people come to our practice for free. And I guess that's how they heard about us when they approached us to start AMI. We started AMI 6 years ago. Our vision was to follow the vision of our practice, and that was to be a patient-centered practice. So outcomes to the patients were senior, to be compliant in the medical space, and then thirdly, to be profitable, and to not reverse that order, because when you reverse that order, patients know it, they don't really think you care about them, and it can get you in trouble. But when you keep it patient first, compliance second, profits third, there's plenty of profits. So our goal was to help patients, or help clients get patients well, and to help their practice do much better at the same time. That's how we started.
Yeah, that's a fantastic story, and you know, you and your wife have a very interesting, you know, tandem in terms of what you do and what she does. You know, can you talk about that real quick?
Yeah, excuse me. Colleen and I have been married 32 years, and great marriage, and we know each other. We know our strengths, we know our weaknesses, and we know how to play off our strengths and weaknesses. I know that when my strength can make up for a weakness of hers, and her strength can make up for a weakness of mine, and it's really made us more than twice as strong. Colleen is just as much of AMI as I am. I tend to be more of the voice and the face and the guy on stage, but she's that behind the scenes person who is never letting up. And our goal is to help our clients do well. If a client doesn't do well, it doesn't help AMI at all. Our goal is to change healthcare and to shift healthcare from being focused on prescriptions and drugs to being focused on function. The way they sell a lot of drugs is they sell it with relief of symptoms. And that mindset has got us in a terrible, terrible shape. The leading cause of death of Americans under the age of 50 right now is opioids, which I just got the report today. For the third year in a row, the first time in over 100 years, the life expectancy rate of Americans has gone down. And the reason for that is the number of people who died from drug overdoses, primarily opioids, and the people who committed suicide, which is a side effect of those drugs and antidepressants. So medication is killing Americans. It's the leading cause of death, admitted by the pharmaceutical industry. If we shift away from trying to relieve symptoms and shift to fixing function, getting people well because they actually are well, they won't need to pain medication anyway. So that's the mission of AMI. Colleen is very good at organizing things behind the scenes to make that go right, because having a face, a purpose, and a voice is important, but you can't do it with just a face and a voice and a purpose. You got to have some systems and some formula behind what you're doing. So that's how we work really well together. Colleen fills in a lot of the detail. I'm up there, she says, I don't want to get on stage, and I go, I don't want to do the detail. So it works out great where we work very well together.
That's fantastic. And I think one of the key things that I noticed is that you're helping chiropractors who may only be able to reasonably touch 10% of their market, and by essentially bringing in the medical piece where they become a medical practice, doesn't that opens up the entire ball game, all 100% of the public that are within their zone of operation. Is that accurate?
Yes, remember, I'm a marketer. So marketers think differently than a lot of people think. We don't look to shove our ideas down the throat of the public. What we do is we look for opportunities where we can satisfy a need or a desire by the society in a market. And we do that by understanding what the market is. Survey after survey after survey shows that 10% or less of the population go to a chiropractor. And the leading health complaint in the United States is chronic degenerative arthritis. If you look at just back pain is the number 2 reason to be in the hospital, following number 1 of being born, which is almost everybody. So if you look at that, you go, that is a huge segment of healthcare, the biggest segment of healthcare. That is what we're approaching or handling in this model. And by being a medical office that has a chiropractor as part of the team, it opens up that population that would not go to a chiropractor. We know this because, marketer surveys. And what I would do is, before I would open a clinic, I would survey. And we would ask questions like, do you go to a chiropractor? And 9 out of 10 people would say no. And then we'd say, what do you think of a medical doctor that works with a chiropractor? And the funny thing about that was, the more common response we get is, well, what's wrong with the medical doctor? But when we flipped it around and say, what do you think if a chiropractor works with a medical doctor? Well, then we get the response, it must be the best chiropractor in town. So we realized very early on, it's better to create a medical practice that has a chiropractor on the team and focuses on function, not symptoms, which means less drugs, than it is to have a chiropractic office that has a medical person come in part-time. So we're all about that. These things are so profitable. You know, when guys say, I can't afford a full-time medical person, I say, well, the problem's not your medical person. The problem is your systems, because I can't afford to not have one.
That makes a ton of sense, Mike. And I want to turn to Kevin at this point. Kevin, I mean, when you learned about what AMI was doing, what struck you? What really got your attention?
Well, yeah, first of all, thanks for having me tonight, Bob. I appreciate that. I like to, if I invest in something, I don't, people say, I'll give you a 5% return on your money. It's like, no. I'm, as a businessman, I take risk. I want a 10x kind of success, not, 5%, So, so if a chiropractor can become part of and supercharge his business, he can almost 10x his company. Is I think the kind of advantage that is available to a chiropractor to take advantage of that situation. But I thought it made perfect business sense. I look at I look at dollars and cents, sales, profits, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not Mr. Wonderful now. He plays the tough guy there. He's the real numbers guy, right? Kevin O'Leary, right? And I always ask people, do you know why he calls himself Mr. Wonderful? Because nobody else will. Okay. Yeah. So yeah, he loves to call himself that. But no, he's actually a cool guy. But I didn't get on Shark Tank because I had a few successes. And by the way, I started back in the early 80s. I was watching TV and all of a sudden the shows went off and there was 6 hours of no programming. I tied up a lot of programming way back in the day, which launched the infomercial world. But I learned how to buy remnant media, cheap media. These are things that we can help any business, whether it's a chiropractor's practice or a medical practice. The media techniques and the digital things that we're doing out there now, the things that we can be helping everybody with, are pretty amazing for the future.
That's huge, and it's funny you talk about that. You talk about pain points a lot, and I just want to remind everybody, Kevin is one of the original investors of Shark Tank and $6 billion man. I mean, he's launched over 500 products and business. So I think, Kevin, a little bit about sales. You talk about pain points, and how does that work in with AMI in terms of what they're doing? I know one of the things they're involved with is regeneration. You got pretty interested in some of the things they do, didn't you?
Yeah. Well, listen, you mentioned, did you say 45 to 65? If you did, that I fit at the very high end of that range. So I can tell you personally that I get up, in the mornings, and I've got more aches and pains, certainly in the last couple of years, than I ever imagined I would be having this soon. And I'm an athlete. I've got the C5 and a C7, minor herniation from some old wrestling days or something. But, it's still, that's leaking down the arm. Everybody's got pain. I mean, everywhere you go, it's back pain, it's shoulder pain, it's neck pain, whatever it is. And I think it's a heck of a marketplace. And getting to those people is critical. The techniques of doing that also.
And Kevin, you're obviously a major national celebrity, but you were one of the first people who consistently used celebrities to help boom businesses and products. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I mean, I go back to the early days. We were in some of their own ways. I mean, we did the Jenners, we did Kim Kardashian's first infomercial, 50 cents headphones. When 50 Cent put his name on the headphones, it did $20 million at QVC in a matter of 3 days. So I mean, we dealt with, the Billy Mays of the world, who was never, we made a celebrity. I discovered Billy at the Philadelphia Home Show back in 1986. But we did business with the Tony Littles, the George Foremans, the Jack LaLannes. George Foreman's name on a grill, over $1 billion. And now it was clever. People say, what was so great about the Foreman grill? George, he had 5 boys named George, and some daughters too. They loved to eat cheeseburgers, but he said, we can't eat as many if we don't get the grease off of them. So he had a slant in the grill. Okay. So the grease would drip off. That was brilliant. And that was, the lean, mean grilling machine. So, anyway, celebrities, they pull. Absolutely. If they're channel stoppers on, the shopping channels, and they've got their own following also, such that, there's action coming just from the people following the celebrities themselves.
Well, I think I read in an article, and I don't know if this is the exact, I may be paraphrasing what you said, but you said celebrities make people stop and watch, and they draw attention. Did I get that right?
Yes, absolutely. In the early days of Home Shopping Network, they had a hard time getting people to stop and watch what was considered. Nobody knew what home shopping, live shopping was. So what they did is they started bringing on George Jefferson, Doris Day, and people like that, just for channel stoppers, just to sit and comment about some of the products. They weren't endorsing anything, just to sit and channel stop. They started getting ratings, and it went from there to, obviously all the great stuff that we now do with celebrities. But yeah, it's a huge business.
And there's one other thing, Kevin. I hope everybody's excited in listening in and hearing, this invaluable information. What Mike talked about for folks who are trying to learn about what AMI is all about. I loved his description of the vision and how he and Colleen work together. Kevin, the one other thing, and I think this is I've read many of the things you talked about. Don't celebrities, if people are running digital campaigns and they're trying to get people to fill out lead forms or pay for things, celebrities kind of give people that extra boost of confidence to either pull out their credit card or fill out the lead form. Would that be accurate?
Yeah, it's not only accurate, we've proven it. We can run, and we call it an A/B split test. We'll run this exact same ad, one with a celebrity, one without. We get higher conversion, higher form fill outs, everything across the board far exceeds the cost of the celebrities. Okay, so it can be very very, very powerful. Without a doubt, it's proven that let's put it this way. In today's world, people realize you can get to celebrities. You can let them, if a celebrity endorses something that isn't good, they're going to find out about it. And that person that is unhappy is going to get made happy because of the celebrity's involvement, right? it is important that the celebrities maintain good relationships with their customer base, their fan base, as well as the business base. And so a celebrity only wants good things to happen from their involvement in a campaign.
Exactly. And one last thing I want to ask you about, Kevin, and Kevin, we really appreciate you coming on and taking the time to be here. You have no idea. And I think people are really getting to know about how celebrities work. You are the developer of the perfect pitch. Why does the perfect pitch work, and why is it so effective?
So I over the last 30 some years, I've taken over 50,000 pitches. Okay. So I've taken quite a few. Even on Shark Tank, we were taking, thousands of pitches. And because we're getting 50,000 applicants a year that wanted to come on the show. So I didn't have to take all of those in 1 year, but we had teams of people overseeing that, and then we got involved in that whole process also. So, we learned right away. We would see, there's a sequencing. If you don't get their attention right on the front end with some kind of an attention-getting problem, we as people reviewing the pitches, if we don't see that, we may not only get 10 seconds into listening to what might have been a 3-minute video that they produced, because, we're not getting it. You got to get to it. And then then from there, there's a whole sequencing of, the unique positioning and the magical transformations and the testimonials and the clinicals and all this stuff. So it's a very detailed 10-step process, and it can be used to do a lot of great things: creating a perfect pitch, building a website, writing a press release, getting on a TV show, selling your customers, et cetera, et cetera. But it's invaluable.
I'm assuming, I mean, you've helped thousands of companies use the perfect pitch.
Yes, absolutely.
Can you give us a couple examples of some of the companies you've helped just by getting them?
Well, okay, so a group came to me a little over 18 months ago, and they were a startup company. They had a little product. It was an eyeglass cleaning product, and it was called Peeps, Peeps. And if anyone is out there, if you've seen this, we started marketing it, but we needed. They had already been to QVC and they didn't want it, and the product was not in any retail stores, et cetera. We built a perfect pitch for this product that was so powerful that QVC. We put it in digital marketing. We went on Facebook. We went on Instagram. We got celebrities. There are very few celebrities, but we did get a couple, and then some influencers, and then QVC called. We had a perfect pitch for them. We've sold over 600,000 pieces on the QVC channel in the last 18 months now from a turn down. And we crafted an unbelievable pitch for that to happen and to sell it into the network to begin with. But this product is doing tens of millions of dollars a year in sales within a short window, probably the last all developed in the last 18 months. So that's what I love to do is take something that somebody else says it isn't going to work. QVC said no, we have no interest in this, and now this is probably pushing close to 50 million in sales.
That's a great example. Hey, Mike, do you have any questions for Kevin on kind of what we're doing in the very near future?
No, it's exciting. Getting the idea of you getting celebrities to work with us and having you work with us as well is really an honor for us. It was great to have you call into our convention and speak to our people. You were very well received there. I know it's hard to do that over the internet, but they loved you, and they're looking forward to you coming to our convention that we're having in San Diego in the fall.
Yeah, super. Yeah, I really appreciate it, Mike. And I think that, look, I have a brother-in-law. He is head of anesthesiology at Christ Hospital in Cincinnati, Ohio, and he's a brilliant doctor and one of the greatest anesthesiologists in the city. But if I asked him about marketing and selling and digital funnels and building a practice, he's been in a hospital environment for years. But it's a little different situation than many of the folks that are on this call. I understand that, but still, it's generally the skill set of consumes doctors and chiropractors to where let the experts and the marketing guys like ourselves get involved and help out and take it to the next level, because this is what we do every day, all day, and they have been for 35 years now.
Well, I appreciate you coming on, Kevin, and we're going to go ahead and describe what Kevin and I are about to do for many, many, many doctors. So, Kevin, I appreciate you coming in. I'm going to go ahead and just spell out because you're all going to be meeting him very soon. So thank you very much, Kevin. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having me. I appreciate it.
Kevin.
Mike, take care. Thank you, guys.
All right.
Bye-bye.
You too.
So I just want to tell you all, Colleen and Mike, in terms of one of the things that I've been very impressed about, with their leadership of AMI is they're always looking to help their clients. And I got to tell you, they came to me over a year ago with this concept about how could we get a national major celebrity involved at a practice level to help each and every practice boom their businesses. And I got to tell you, I told both Colleen and Mike that that's impossible. Impossible. It's not going to happen. But boy, I tell you what, Colleen is so persistent. Said, "Listen, I know you can figure it out, Bob. I know you can figure it out." And after working through what we could do, and then getting with Kevin Harrington, um, we have figured out something that I know that you all are going to be well. I could tell you this one thing. We're here to basically help you gain many, many new prospects right away and give you a tool that will help you close prospective patients far more quickly. So I'm going to kind of walk through these steps, and it really is these particular steps, because literally each one of you and your practice, we are going to help you uh, learn the perfect pitch, learn how to use it with your practice, come down to Florida, get with Kevin Harrington. We are going to further train you and get that perfect pitch just humming. And then you're going to do a very special interview with Kevin Harrington on film. We call it the endorsement interview. But let's kind of walk through these steps. So the very first step is we send you, before you come to Florida, to actually shoot your perfect pitch video with Kevin, you and him together on the same screen. We first send you out the perfect pitch instruction information, the pitch formula, and we work with you on how to develop the perfect pitch. We find out every aspect about your company. We help develop what would be the key points that you should emphasize, that you should use in your perfect pitch, how you adapt that to your website, how you adapt that to your digital marketing, how you adapt it to your appointment making. Then the second point is producing the ultimate prospecting and closing video. You fly down to the Tampa Bay area where Kevin's brand new studios are, and you come to a special exclusive event at Kevin's new studio. Kevin gives you special hands-on training where you refine the perfect pitch that you've already been, working on. I mean, would you like a higher closing rate? Probably. Would you like to meet Kevin and learn how you can refine your pitch? I don't know, maybe. But the key thing here is Kevin produces with you this informational and promotional video where you and Kevin are in the video together. I mean, the power of Kevin working with you on screen to promote your practice cannot be overstated. And by the way, I don't know if you'll agree with me this or not, but if I asked, if I said, okay, who can sell your practice better than you? Can anybody else sell your practice better than you? I don't know. I think you, since you are at the core of running your practice, I bet that you probably are the best person to actually put on film, with Kevin Harrington. Now, I want to kind of give you additional information on what we do. After you receive your video, we continue to train you on exactly how you use the video to generate prospects, to sell and close your prospects. I'm going to give you just one example of how you can use your video to generate additional new patients that you would not have gotten otherwise. Here's an example. I assume probably some of you, many of you, have used some type of digital marketing in the past or some type of lead generation, and you're probably sitting on a whole bucket of leads right now, past leads. Some of you may be hundreds, some of you may be thousands. Well, we show you exactly how you take that endorsement video that you and Kevin have developed together, that you have shot together, how you take that video and literally through email marketing to your existing database who have yet to sign up. I'm telling you, let me give you some actual stats. When you take an endorsement video and you use it on an existing database, and this has been our experience in the past, you will convert somewhere in the neighborhood of 10% of those leads into sales over a 6-month period. That's the actual statistics. We will show you how you can use that endorsement video and portions of it to, just with your existing prospects that you have, generate many, many new patients that you haven't been able to work with before. Another example, you probably have some past patients that you've treated, I assume. Many, probably hundreds and hundreds, maybe thousands and thousands. Well, maybe some of those patients at this time may be not getting treatments. Well, we will show you how you take that video, that endorsement video that you produce with Kevin, how you can use that video to revive many of those patients before. Get them back in and taking treatment. Now, obviously, one of the ways that you can use this video, if you're doing any type of digital marketing, if you're using Google, if you're using Facebook, if you're driving traffic to your site, if you're driving traffic to your lead page, using this particular type of video, this endorsement video, the conversion rates that you're going to see are going to jump through the moon, literally. And if you just take a look at those 3 different types of applications, that's what we're focusing on. How do we take this powerful video and teach you how to use it with your old databases, with your prospects, with past patients, how you use it with digital marketing, with literally with your own email marketing that you're doing continuously. Now, I just want to ask you one question, and I hope it's okay at this point that I can describe what we've developed, what type of offer. Is that okay? Is that fine by you? I want to tell you what special offer we put together. So the first part of the package, of course, is the special pitch online training, and basically where we send you the perfect pitch. You are sent a very, very specific type of cheat sheet or questionnaire. We coach you up in terms of the development of your pitch. So this particular back and forth, we call that step 1. And in terms of a value proposition, we value that, and this is what we typically charge for this particular type of service, $1,550. Okay? So the second part of what we will do for you, okay, we call the production of the video itself and the training. So the first part, when you arrive for your special video training and the shoot itself, when you come to Florida, the second step is this. We actually have a special hands-on live VIP training with Kevin himself. Now, if you know Kevin, you know he has mastermind training, and people pay a fortune just to be part of his mastermind group. So when you actually come, let's say you weren't involved with this AMI project. Let's say you're by yourself. If you were to come and get special hands-on training with Kevin on how to do the perfect pitch, the value of that is $5,000. But then we do even more. It's a famous saying from Kevin. Now, let's say, and this is what Colleen and Mike asked of me. They said, could you get a national celebrity to put together and do a special endorsement video with each client? So let's say it's just you, and we didn't develop a plan where literally a number of you can fly in at the same weekend, do this training with Kevin, and then shoot the videos. If you were just to call me up and say, hey, I want to work with a top celebrity and I want to shoot a video, I want to be able to use that video for a full year all over the internet, in my websites, in my digital marketing, in my email marketing, well, with a level with a Kevin Harrington level, you're starting at $25,000. Okay, that's what you're starting at. But of course, obviously, that's not what I'm talking about. That's not what we developed. That's not what Colleen, I should say, wanted me to do. But let me just ask you a couple of questions. If all that if all that this total package did, all three of those things, if all that total package did was to generate 3 more patient closes a month for 12 full months, closes you would not have gotten otherwise, would it be worth it? So let me just ask the question again. You're talking about the special pitch training. You're talking about the live perfect pitch training seminar, hands-on with Kevin Harrington. You're talking about the production of an endorsement video that you can use for a full year on all of those outlets. If just that, if all we did for you was help you generate 3 more patient closes a month for 12 months, that would be 36 patient closes. Would that be worth that price? Let me ask you this. If all we did was help you close 20 extra patients from your past leads, let's say that's all we did. We developed the video, we helped you with a perfect pitch, and all you did was use that video with your past leads, your past prospects, and that could help you generate 20 extra patients that you would not have gotten otherwise. Would that be worth it? Let me ask you one last little question. I hope that's okay. If all we did was help you use the video to upsell past existing patients to renew their treatments, and that ended up generating 20 extra treatment sales over 12 months, would that be worth it? Well, if you said yes every single time, now I'm going to really, really blow you away. And this is what Colleen and Mike were trying to make sure that could happen for an individual practice. And here it is. We have a little drum roll. So for AMI doctors only, this is not people who are not involved with AMI, but AMI doctors only, you get all of those pieces, all of those things, the special perfect pitch online training, the coaching, the special hands-on live VIP perfect pitch training with Kevin. And then he's going to shoot the video with you, a 5-minute video that you can then use across all of your digital outlets, on your websites, on your social media, in your email, in your appointment making. This is what Colleen and Mike wanted to see. Our AMO only pricing was $2,750. That's the price. $2,750, and gets you a full 12-month usage of the video. So that's what we're talking about. And one last thing I must say. You get to use the video exclusively in your area. That means, as you know, AMI is growing like crazy right now. There's no question about it. It's just growing and growing and growing. So you have many, many different AMI doctors out there. Okay. So what happens now is if you sign up right now, you get an exclusive territory that's around your practice. And you are the only one that's going to be able to use that video. And by the way, we announced this special at the event in Orlando, and 30 different doctors signed up just instantly because they saw the value. It was obvious. So let me just recap everything once again and what you do, because I just want to reiterate, this is for AMI doctors only. Okay. If you're with AMI, you can do this. If you're not with AMI and you're here to learn about AMI, what I'm going to tell you how you can learn more about AMI, how you can get involved, and once they let me know that you're involved with AMI, then we can talk about what Kevin and I can do in terms of an endorsement video. So here is how and I'm going to give you one last little piece of news. We really like early adopters, people who jump into the game fast, who are willing to go ahead and really leave it out on the field and try things that are brand new. So what we're going to be doing with the first 15 people that order, the first 15 people that order tonight and tomorrow, we are going to double the length of the usage of the video. Because right now, the video usage is 12 months. You get to use the Kevin Harrington endorsement video for 12 months. Then, of course, since you're an exclusive customer, if you want to renew the use of the video, you're the first one. You have first dibs to renew the video. And if we bring in any other celebrity, you will be given the first opportunity. That's what happens when you're given an exclusive. You are the one that we're going to be working with in your area. So that's an exclusive. But for the first 15 people that sign up, you will get the use of the video, the endorsement video, for a full 24 months. So I want to talk to you about what you need to do. If you're not yet involved with AMI, I'm going to tell you what you do to get involved, to learn more information, okay? And B, if you're ready to order, exactly what you do. So I want you to take down some information right now. You're going to go to this site right here. Okay, let's show it. Okay, here we go. And this site, the website address is www.cshoptv.net/advanced. That's see right there on the screen, www.cshoptv.net/advanced. You can go there right now and order. There's a little blue button and you lock up your exclusive territory. If you have not yet become or signed up as an AMI client, but you want to learn more, you want to learn how you can greatly expand your revenue base and learn exactly the secrets that and the knowledge that Colleen and Mike have developed, you go to that same site, cshoptv.net/advanced, and you fill out this form right here, and we'll immediately connect you with AMI. Okay, if you have any questions about what we're doing, okay, maybe you still have a couple questions, you can see on the sheet here, you can email me at bob@cshoptv.net, bob@cshoptv.net. Alrighty, so I want to go through this one more time. What you're getting with this whole program: you're getting the perfect pitch training, the online training that we will do with you. We'll coach you. We'll develop the perfect pitch. You will fly in to Kevin Harrington Studios, where we have very special dates that we're doing these shoots. You will fly in. You'll be trained directly by the Shark, Kevin Harrington. That's VIP training, working with him, and then we will shoot the video. It kind of looks like this if you want to take a peek at what it looks like. There you go. There's Mike Carberry and Kevin Harrington. They just finished the video. If you want to see what the video looks like, you can email me at bob@cshoptv.net. I'd be happy to send it to you. Okay. So once again, we shoot the video, we provide you the video, we train you up on exactly how to use the video to generate patients that you never would have without using the video, without using our special training. All you have to do to secure your exclusive, I can't tell you enough, even at the event, when we did the event in Orlando, there were two different occasions when one doctor had already signed up in a location and another doctor came to us. They were literally 20 minutes late. And we'd already signed up the first doctor, so we couldn't help out the doctor, who came a little late. So if you want to make sure you've locked down your exclusive territory, that you're able to do the video with Kevin Harrington, you're able to get all this training, you need to go to www.cshoptv.net AMI.net/advanced. And the little blue button is there. If you are not yet an AMI client, you still go to that site, you fill out the lead form, and we will get you in contact with them right away. If you're one of the first 15 people who sign up, we already have people signing up as I speak, the length of usage of your video will double from 12 months to 24 months. If anybody has any questions right now, I'm going to take questions for about 5 minutes. You can email me right now at bob@cshoptv.net, and I can see if I can take some questions right now. So let's go ahead and see. I'm opening up another screen on this. So if you have any questions, you can throw them at me. Okay. I want to once again remind you, here's the location, www.cshoptv.net/advanced. Okay. Here's a typical question people are asking me. Can you, once you have the video, can you use it with Facebook campaigns or with Google campaigns? Can you use it with that? Absolutely, you can use it with that. So if you already are doing that, yes. Okay, we have another question regarding funnels. Okay, if you have a funnel, you can go ahead and obviously use the video for your funnel. You can use all of it or segments of it in the video itself. All right. Okay. This is another question that people have been asking over and over again. In terms of the exclusive territory, what we do is we take a look at where is your location? Where is your practice? Okay. The idea of the exclusive is we don't want to have you have a Kevin Harrington video done with you. You're with Kevin, you shoot the video, and you're on one street, and like a mile away, another AMI doctor has the very same video and use it. I think that would be kind of clunky. You know what I mean? So we don't want that type of, close-in competition between AMI doctors. So what we're doing is we're taking geographic areas, so we find out where is your practice, and some of you may have a couple of offices. That's another question right there. If you have a couple of offices, what do you do? Well, I think you're fine if the offices are in the same city. If you have multiple, if you have multiple practices in different states, you need to email me about that. Now I could see if I can. We could do something, extra special, but you got to email me on that, bob@cshoptv.net, bob@cshoptv.net. Okay. All right. Okay. So I know we're running a little long here. The plan was to be done in between 45 and 50 minutes. It looks like we have a number of people who are actually trying to order right now, lock in their exclusives. If you, I'm going to go ahead and sign off. If you have questions, if something comes up in the next 25 minutes, you go, oh, I need to ask that, you can email me at bob@cshoptv.net and email me with any questions. Once again, if you are not yet an AMI client, you first need to get involved with AMI, because that's Kevin and I, that's we're really, we are big supporters of what AMI is doing. And as Kevin, I guess, tried to point out, celebrities have to be very, very careful about, who and what they promote. They have to work with the best of the best of the best, because they don't want to have any blowback, if you can imagine. And certainly, if you're talking about medical integration, there is no better firm than AMI. That's just it, period. And that's why Kevin and I decided to get involved, to work with AMI. So if you're not yet involved, listen, just go to www.cshoptv.net/advanced. Fill out that more information form. Go ahead and do that. We'll get your contact information over to AMI right away. Learn what they're doing. That's very, very important, because that is what Kevin and I are so excited about. What's happening with AMI? It's a tremendous organization. So one last thing, I want to say again, if you've been involved with AMI and you're interested in locking down your exclusive territory, you just go to www.cshoptv.net/advanced. You just click on the blue button. Here's what it looks like, and you can go ahead and order. If you have trouble ordering, you go ahead and email me right away, okay? If you want to find out more information about AMI, you just fill out that form, and we're going to get it straight over to them right away so they can get you fully informed. You can get involved with them right away, and then come back to see us about getting your own Kevin Harrington endorsement video. I want to thank everybody for being here. Mike, do you have any other words you want to say or talk about?
No, I just appreciate the opportunity to be part of this. I'm glad you guys have found us and that we found you, and glad to be working with you.
That's fantastic. Once again, I want to thank everybody for attending this webinar. You've got the information. You've got how to get involved. You have email addresses if you have questions. I look forward to talking to you and seeing you at Kevin Harrington's studio, shooting your own video and learning how to use the perfect pitch. Thank you very much, folks.